Hey everybody, Nerd Transformed here, and I'm finally back. Sorry it's been a while. Had some stuff to do over summer. I think I've only done 4 reviews this summer. Wow, I really have to make up for lost time, don't I? Anyway, I know with all the fuss about Titan's Return coming out and just a lot of stuff going on with that, but I figured I'd go step back a bit and go finish up Combiner Wars, because I still have a lot of Combiner Wars to cover. And don't worry, I will get to Titan's Return. I actually have the Fort Max. Not sure how I'm going to do him, but I'll figure something out. But for now, we're going to do the Combiner Wars Voyager class, Motormaster. Motormaster, Voyager Motormaster. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I've already reviewed the Combiner Wars Optimus, who's the same mold. And you can see between the two, there's a lot of remolding going on here. I mean, if we just look at the front, the grills are completely different, not just in the shape, but the actual molding of them. The windows are actually a little bit different on the shape. Same with the top of it here. On top, on Motormaster, he has these little flaps, little air vent things. Below the grill, let's see, these pieces right here and here are the same, but the headlights are different. Not just different colors, but different shapes. And you can see on the sides, even the sides are different. Not just in paint, but again in sculpt. We have these purple strips actually sculpted into here. And even back here, we have this vent, where on here it's kind of just like a panel. Let's see, I think the actual part here is about the same along the hinge. Down here, it's actually a little bit different too. Along the leg, looks like the leg's the same. Right, let's get Optimus's guns out of the way. And if he doesn't pop apart for whatever reason. And you can see along the back, if you fold down these panels, you can see the back parts are different too. And even the panel itself, which forms the crotch plate for the combined mode, is different. But the legs, I think, are the only thing that's the same. Yeah, the legs are everything the same, and even then they got different paint, so... And maybe the arms. But we'll see more of those in robot mode. For some other comparisons, here we have Drag Strip, a fellow Stunticon. If you don't know, Motormaster is the leader of the Stunticons, to form Minosaur. And just for another comparison, the RID Deluxe Class Optimus Prime. Who we might get to this week, who knows. And Motormaster comes with some different weapons from Optimus. Optimus came with this G1 style gun and this little handgun thing. Motormaster comes with this laser blaster thing and a sword. Well, less of a sword, more of the blade of a sword, but there's a reason for that. For storage, there's a tab hole in the sword that tabs to the gun. And then, just like Optimus, you can store the gun like this. I would recommend putting the sword inward because there's enough space within that plate there to kind of have the sword sticking out, since the handle sticks out slightly further back than the gun. But there is that. Transformations, despite everything, is exactly the same as Optimus. The only difference is these flaps, which you transform by folding them forward onto the top of the truck. And now everything else is exactly the same. You come over here. Start with the panels that are attached to the grill. They can be kind of hard to get to, so I like these little swords to get the panels opened up, which just pop off and flip them down. Then we're going to come back a bit, get a better view. Go ahead and come down here, unclip the arms from the legs, start folding them down, pop the arms apart, start turning them around, go turn them inward, and then fold the arms out, the peg to the chest. This is the interesting part. Go ahead and fold these down for feet, unbend the knees, unbend the legs, and you're going to fold down this part from in here to finish up his chest. And you can see one difference from Optimus, we'll get to that in a bit. Come up here, push down, flip out the head, he's got a bucket head, much like Megatron, and then just kick this little piece, fold it up over that. And there you have your Voyager Combiner Wars Motormaster. Alright, let's go get the comparisons out of the way. Let's do size comparison first. Because here we have Drag Strip, who's a deluxe, so he's much smaller. And also should be smaller since he's sitting next to his leader. And your RD Deluxe Class Prime, to give you a good idea of his size. And of course, the biggest comparison, Optimus. So all the things that were different before are still different. The grill pieces are different. The shoulders are different molds. Optimus kind of just has this flat panel for his opposite symbols, while he has, well, this. The hips, I believe, are the same. They look like to be the same. The arms are about the same. The biggest difference, of course, is the chest pieces, where Optimus has like a fake grill. Motormaster has this kind of armored look. Same with the chest. Instead of windows, again, kind of this armored, almost evil look. And I like how we have this purple glowing. It does help to stand them apart. And of course, if you know the original G1 Motormaster, he has this weird gray bucket on his head because, well, the original G1 kind of had this, because how G1's work, just had basically the plastic of the truck trailer all around his head. So they kind of emulate that by having a little bucket on his head. So it looks like his head's kind of just crammed in there. He also looks quite confused if you look in there. See if we can get the camera to focus. If you see his face, he kind of looks like slightly angry and confused. It's kind of weird. But the biggest difference, because Motormaster's late release, if you remember one of the complaints of Optimus, is that his feet were sculpted for standing apart, yet they did not have the ratchets for it. Meanwhile, if we look at Motormaster, his feet are automatically at a slight ratchet angle to where he can use his slanted feet to stand solidly wide. Because Optimus' first click out gives him a rather wide stance, much wider than Motormaster here. And this isn't Motormaster's ratchets clicked out either. This is, if we click his ratchets out, also are much softer ratchets. Just to give you an idea. Optimus, really loud. Motormaster, much softer. Which can be a problem for combined mode, but I'd much rather have him able to use his legs in this mode than combined mode, because really combiners, it's kind of hard to pose them anyway. They're combiners. Anyway, so yeah. I do believe later releases of the Optimus, and of course the White Optimus, have the same ratchet as Motormaster here. But yeah, that pretty much just means this is the first, I guess first edition Optimus Prime. I don't know. Anyway, Motormaster has the improved ratchets, and yes, it's much nicer to pose him with. And he is a pretty nice figure. I mean, he's basically the same, like this, he's basically the same figure as Optimus Prime, but he fits the mold a lot better, in my opinion. This is kind of the same thing as they're doing with Titan's Return, where they're releasing the remolds first for some reason, and then releasing what the molds were meant for later. Combined Wars did this thing first, where we got Optimus first, and now we're getting Motormaster, who's definitely the one who's created to become Minosaur. Articulation-wise, his head is ball-jointed. He can look up and down slightly, and of course he can turn all the way around. With his bucket head. He's got swivel at the shoulder. Soft ratchet going outward, and thank God, because Optimus's shoulder ratchet felt like it was going to break sometime. Still a nice click, though. Swivel right below the shoulder joint. He does have a 90-degree elbow, and his hands still do flip up, much like Optimus's, for the transformation to combiner mode, but you can still kind of use that. Swivel at the waist. Like I mentioned, much softer and easier to use ratchets. And of course, you can just... And he's got ratchets going forward. I don't know if Optimus has... Optimus has this too. But these are a bit quieter. I feel like they're about the same strength, but they're a bit quieter. Swivel. Knee joint goes 90 degrees, and you can technically do feet movement, but it doesn't really do anything. Sorry, got a runny nose for some reason. But besides that, I think he just pulls it off better. I do think the Unite Warriors version looks a little bit better, maybe, on the paint and the paint department, but this is acceptable. Plus, I think everything else on Unite Warriors version looks worse. The rest of the Decepticons in their individual modes and Minosaur himself just doesn't look as good as the Combiner Wars version to me, so I can live with a Minosaur that looks like this. Plus, he still has all his basic colors. He's got the gray, the black, and the purple, which is what except Minosaur. And it's all broken up just enough. I wish there was maybe a little bit purple in the arms, just because they're kind of just gray lumps. But there is a bit of black, and the silver from the grill does help a bit, so... And I love that how the chest looks. It just looks nice. So, let's get him to his combiner mode. To do that, we're going to flip in the head. Turn around the arms, but instead of folding them away like into truck mode, you're going to flip around, fold them up, and they'll click in. Turn them around, fold them in, click it in. Go ahead and fold the fists back. And just to kind of cover the arm parts, I do like to flip these back. Go ahead and take let's see. Oh, you're gonna want to turn these around. Then you're gonna take the crotch plate, fold it down finally. Open up the chest, flip out the combiner head. It will kind of rotate on this piece to kind of give like a matrix style. On Optimus, it's like a matrix, but here it's more like, I don't know, kind of like a power core maybe. Kind of cool looking. You do gotta flip his horns up. And click out once. Click out once. That's another thing, he doesn't have as bow-legged as Optimus was. And then you can go ahead and take these, flip them up. You might have to bow-leg him a little just to click the panels in place. But still, you can kind of get more of a straight leg than you could with Optimus. Which, let's get him transformed real quick, just to do a complete comparison, because that's the whole reason I'm doing it here and not until I go back to college, is so that way I can easily compare him with Optimus without having to carry Optimus everywhere. Because quite honestly, he's probably going to go on eBay after this review. Nothing wrong with that Optimus figure, I just don't. Especially after the new Optimus that was just announced. That Voyager, the Titan's Return Voyager Optimus looks a lot better. If you're going to get this mold, I'd say go for the Motormaster. Like I said, nothing wrong with the Optimus mold, just I like the Motormaster better. If you're going to own it, I say own it once. Alright, so you can see head-wise, they're about the same on paint, but I do like the motor. I know a lot of people are saying, including me, did not like the Motormaster head when it was first revealed, but honestly, having it in person, for one thing, it's not quite as round. If you get a good look at it, you can actually see he has like a hexagon or an octagon kind of going on. That and the face is pretty nicely painted. I do like the expression. Before it kind of looked weird, but here, yeah, he looks like he's kind of like yelling with anger or something. Like, "Rah, you will pay for this." Something like that, I don't know. The chest, I thought I was going to need blackjack for this, but honestly, the chest plate does look like the original car that would form the chest plate. So you don't really need blackjack if you don't want blackjack. We do actually get a bit of paint. Unlike Optimus, who's just kind of no paint at all. Anywhere, actually. The only paint he has is on the windows, chest, and head. Minosaur, he doesn't get any paint inside, which if you want to see a comparison, there is a difference. Optimus kind of has these solar panel kind of things going on, while Minosaur has these like wires. And of course, instead of Matrix, he's got the power core thing. And even here, Optimus has like another fake grill, while Minosaur has again this wired circuitry kind of look. Which is kind of cool. Kind of looks like if he did put blackjack in, he'd be hooked in. Also, these are painted. The black is not the paint, the silver is. These are actually molded in black and then have silver paint put on. Which does help the illusion of it a lot, because often it just looks like separate pieces. Here it kind of gives the illusion that this is the top of the leg. I still don't think it looks great, but at least the illusion works a lot better here. And again, because of the ratchets, Optimus kind of got like this inner leg where his legs want to go point too close to each other. Minosaur has it just about right. I'm still going to change the legs around, but this works a lot better than Optimus did. And Optimus fell on the floor and I really don't care. So yeah, that's Minosaur and Motormaster's chest mode. And I'm honestly quite excited to get the rest of the Stunticons now, because I'm really surprised by this figure. After having Optimus, I wasn't really too hopeful, especially after seeing the head sculpt online. But seeing it in person, it's a pretty nice head sculpt. And I like the detailing and the paint on him. They did a lot of work on him. So honestly, yeah, if you're going to get a version, if you have to have a version of this Voyager figure, I'd say get Motormaster. He's pretty nice. Anyway, I'm Nutty Transformed. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you have a nice day. Take care.